Never apologize for being who you are. Imagine living a life where your authenticity is your greatest power, where you feel free and don't need to apologize for being yourself. Sounds liberating, right? But here's an important question. What's stopping you from living this way? Men, it's time to silence the noise. In a world that's constantly trying to shape us and tell us who we should be, we're here to talk about something truly transformative: being yourself without apologies. It may sound easy to say, but hard to live, right? And you're right, it's not simple, but living with masks, seeking approval all the time, or hiding your light to please others isn't easy either. Have you ever stopped to think about how much energy you spend trying to fit in, fulfilling other people's expectations? It's exhausting, isn't it? And the worst part is that it takes away from the world your unique essence, your true voice, and your real potential. But here's the secret. For centuries, the Stoics, those ancient philosophers, figured this out. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, said, "Be the master of yourself and see the world as a man, a human, a citizen, a mortal." In other words, you already are who you are, and you don't need to apologize for it. And it's not just the Stoics who recognized this truth. From Western knowledge to contemporary thinkers, this wisdom transcends time. Your authenticity is what makes you truly strong. Today, we're going to dive into this concept. Let's understand why being you, without apologies, is not just a philosophical theory, but a practical and powerful way of living. Let's explore what sustains you, how to break free from limitations, and how to access the vast power of your true essence. Are you ready to stop apologizing and start living fully? To exchange others' expectations for your own convictions? As Bruce Lee said, "Be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else." Let's awaken to this, folks. This is not just a video. It's an invitation to be relentless, unstoppable, and fully yourself. Now, let's dive into the Stoic perspective. Let's explore the wisdom of philosophers who lived centuries ago, yet whose words still resonate today. Let's start with Epictetus. Born into slavery, he became one of the most influential thinkers of his time. He taught us that it doesn't matter what happens to you, but rather how you react to it. Reflect on that. Regarding authenticity, your power lies not in trying to control others' opinions, but in how you choose to respond to them. Imagine someone criticizing you for being excessive. The average person might shrink, apologize, and try to conform. But the Stoic, they would say, "Is your opinion within my control? No. Is my reaction within my control? Absolutely. So why should I worry about what I can't control?" Now let's talk about Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor. In his personal journal, later published as Meditations, Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Be the master of yourself and see things as a man, as a human being, as a citizen, as a mortal." What does he mean by that? It's about perspective. You are not just a cog in the machine. You are a unique individual with your own thoughts, feelings, and purpose. But Marcus goes further. He asserts that you have power over your mind, not over external events. When you understand this, you discover your true strength. This is the essence of being authentic. We can't control whether others like us, but we can control our fidelity to our values. Let's apply this to a contemporary example. Imagine you are determined to improve your mental health, but your friends show no interest. The weak person would give in to the pressure and abandon their efforts to fit in. The Stoic, on the other hand, would remain steadfast, knowing that their well-being does not depend on others' opinions. Now let's bring Seneca into the conversation, another great Stoic. He said, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." This is not just about accumulating knowledge. It's about constantly perfecting who you are, enhancing your understanding, and having the courage to live according to what you've learned. Seneca also stated, "He who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe." Think about that for a moment. When you are true to yourself, you align with the natural order of things. You're not fighting against your essence. You're learning to embrace it. Now let's be practical. How can we apply these Stoic principles in our daily lives? Daily reflection. Take time each day to review your thoughts and actions. Are you living according to your values, or are you giving in to the pressure of pleasing others? Focus on control. Focus only on what is within your reach. Your attitudes, your reactions, your thoughts. Free yourself from the attempt to control others' perceptions of you. Face the discomfort. True growth happens outside the comfort zone. Don't run from situations that challenge you to be genuine with yourself. Indifference to judgment. Not everyone will like the authentic version of you, and that's perfectly okay. As Marcus Aurelius said, it's surprising how often we care more about the opinions of others than our own. Live according to your nature. We're not talking about living isolated in nature, but about understanding who you really are, your strengths, weaknesses, and values, and aligning your life with that. Being genuine doesn't mean being stubborn or reckless, but having the courage to stay true to yourself. Give up trying to justify your convictions. Live according to your own terms. As you conclude this Stoic reflection, think of the words of Epictetus. First, define who you wish to be, and then do what is necessary to become that person. This is a true call to action. Define who you are and who you wish to be, and have the courage to live authentically, without excuses. By integrating Stoic teachings with Eastern wisdom, we find a powerful point of convergence, the idea of living in harmony with the universe and accepting the impermanence of things. While Stoics teach us to cultivate virtues like wisdom, courage, and justice, Eastern philosophies such as Taoism and Buddhism invite us to flow with life and not resist what is beyond our control. Both approaches challenge us to focus on the present moment and cultivate a peaceful mind. In Taoism, for example, the concept of Wu Wei, action without effort, reminds us to act in accordance with the nature of things, without forcing or fighting against them. Similarly, Stoicism teaches us to act with reason, without clinging to the results, allowing the universe to follow its course. These philosophies teach us that true peace comes from accepting impermanence and learning to deal with adversity wisely and serenely. It's not about controlling everything, but about controlling our reaction to circumstances. When we free ourselves from the need for external approval, we begin to act more authentically and in alignment with our essence. By stopping the fight against the flow of life and starting to act in harmony with it, we experience true freedom. The freedom to be who we truly are, without excuses, without fears. Now, I ask you, what is within your control? What can you change today to live according to your true nature and act without regrets? How about starting now by reflecting on these questions and incorporating this wisdom into your daily life? And remember, as Epictetus teaches us, it is not what happens to you, but how you react to what happens that defines your life. As we reflect on this wisdom, we realize that the power lies not in controlling circumstances, but in how we choose to respond to them. Life will present us with challenges and surprises, but it is our reaction that shapes our journey. We don't need to be victims of circumstances, but we can be masters of our own response. When we commit to being authentic, instead of worrying about others' approval, we free ourselves from the weight of external judgment. This allows us to live with greater ease, more inner peace, and makes us more resilient in the face of difficulties. This leads us to the next crucial point, the importance of living with integrity. True integrity is not just about being honest with others, but primarily about being honest with ourselves. When you act in harmony with your deepest values, your life becomes more aligned, more true, and consequently, more fulfilling. Stoic philosophy, like Eastern wisdom, teaches us not to fear suffering. Suffering, when understood and accepted, can be a powerful source of learning and growth. It's not about seeking suffering, but knowing how to face it with serenity, turning it into an opportunity for self-awareness and overcoming challenges. However, it's essential to remember that living wisely does not mean being perfect. We all face failures and moments of weakness. What matters is that instead of lamenting our mistakes, we use those experiences as stepping stones for learning and growth. Finally, by adopting these practices in our lives, we begin to cultivate a purposeful life. And as we know, true happiness doesn't come from accumulating external things, but from living fully and authentically in harmony with who we are and with the world around us. Therefore, be yourself, with courage, with integrity, and with the willingness to learn from every experience life offers. As Epictetus wisely reminded us, happiness depends not on what happens to you, but how you respond to it. Now it's your turn. What will your response to life be? Your response to life is, in fact, the key to your transformation. Every thought, every action, and even the way you feel about everyday challenges reflect your commitment to the process of becoming who you truly are. This process, although often challenging, is a journey of self-discovery and continuous growth. Remember that true strength doesn't come from avoiding difficulties, but from facing them with a clear and serene mindset. The daily practice of reflection, focusing on what you can control, and accepting discomfort allows us to mature, become more resilient and more compassionate, not only with others, but also with ourselves. As you commit to living according to your own values, rather than yielding to external pressures, your life will become more meaningful and balanced. It doesn't matter how many obstacles or criticisms appear along the way. What matters most is how you position yourself in front of them, maintaining your inner peace and authenticity intact. Furthermore, as you align with your true nature, you begin to realize that you are more in tune with the flow of life. Instead of fighting against what is, you learn to dance with the circumstances, trusting that everything has a purpose, even in situations that initially seem challenging. Life, no matter how unpredictable, always offers opportunities for those with open eyes and a calm mind. And above all, it is important to remember, living a true and authentic life is not a destination, but a journey. Every day is an opportunity to reconnect with yourself, to correct your course when necessary, and to move forward with greater wisdom. So constantly ask yourself, am I being true to myself? And when the answer is yes, you will be at peace, regardless of the circumstances. When the answer is no, use it as a signal to return to your center, to readjust, and to move forward with even more determination. In summary, Stoic wisdom and Eastern philosophy do not promise a life without difficulties, but rather a life lived with depth, purpose, and awareness. They teach us to be masters of our reactions, to embrace our true essence, and to live more fully and authentically. Now, how about starting today? As you move forward on this journey of self-discovery, remember that every step, no matter how small it seems, is a victory. There is no need to rush. True progress lies in learning to live in the present, staying true to your path, without being swayed by others' expectations or judgments. Every challenge you face is a disguised opportunity to deepen your wisdom and strengthen your character. Remember, it doesn't matter how many times you stumble. What matters is your ability to rise, learn from the experience, and continue toward the person you are destined to be. Living authentically is not an easy task, but it is the only way to achieve true freedom. And this freedom brings with it a peace that cannot be shaken by external storms. By aligning with your deepest values, you create a life that resonates with purpose, balance, and confidence. Now I extend an invitation to you. Stop postponing your authenticity. Define who you are. Embrace your imperfections, celebrate your unique journey, and live with courage. Be the change you want to see in the world. No excuses, no fear. As Epictetus, happiness depends on how you respond to what happens, not on what happens. So what will your response be today? Are you ready to live according to your true nature and be true to yourself? The journey begins now. If you're ready to transform your life and live in alignment with your deepest values, don't let this opportunity pass by. Subscribe to the channel now and begin this journey of self-discovery and personal growth with us. Turn on the notification bell to receive more content that will inspire you to live with authenticity, wisdom, and courage. Don't miss any video. Let's reach the next level in our journey together. See you in the next video.